brothers. This is Brother Rod, ICB Green Lanterns. People may forget how fast you did a job, but they will always remember how well you did the job. That's a quote from Howard W. Newton, which brings us to podcast number 5, Being Competent. And remember, brothers, these podcasts are based on the 17 essential qualities of a team player. It's a book by John Maxwell. There's a story of a man named Bob Taylor. Bob Taylor loved music, and he loves music. As a child, as a young kid rather, in junior high school, he wanted a 12-string guitar. But guess what? He couldn't afford to buy a 12-string guitar. So what did he do? In his carpentry class, he made one. He focused on his skill, he developed his craft, and he made a 12-string guitar. And he was so good that he made 2 more. And eventually, when Bob Taylor grew up and became older, he developed his craft so well that he started his own company. And you know what? If there are any music lovers out there who loves guitars, you're very familiar with the Taylor guitars. They are well-crafted instruments. Well, what about you? Are you competent in your craft? Are you competent in your area of gifting? You may be anointed to do what you do, but do you know what you're doing? Well, if you want to be competent, here are some things that highly competent people are. 1, they are committed to excellence. They don't settle for average. They're committed to excellence. 2, they never settle for average, like I said. And 3, they are detail-oriented. 4, they are consistent. Now, when we say committed to excellence, some people may go halfway and think they've done a good job. But when they could have done a better job, remember, good is always the enemy of best. And 2, they never settle for average because they know deep inside they can do a better job. 3, detail-oriented. And this can be a challenge for guys sometimes because, as we know, men are headliners, women are very detail-oriented. But this is an area that we need to focus on if we're going to be competent in our craft. And 4, they are consistent. And it's incredible how consistency can build up a team, because if we can count on you to show up to a meeting, to complete your assignment, to do whatever the task is that you've been assigned, that also demonstrates your level of competence. But let's say you are not as competent as you want to be, or you need tips on being more competent. Well, here are a few things that you can consider. To improve your competence, 1, focus professionally. You don't need to be a jack of all trades. You can focus on one thing that God has given you to do and work on that craft and develop that craft. 2, sweat the small stuff. Now, there's a book called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. I heard it's very good, but sometimes we need to sweat the small stuff because it's the little things that can really undermine the quality of the work product that you're trying to produce. And 3, pay attention to implementation. When you have all the right pieces, you got everything together, you have the team put together, now we need to give attention to implementation and focus on that. Well, there you have it, brothers. You can be competent. You can do things better. And this is podcast number 5. We are growing to the next level. This is Brother Rod, ICB, Green Lanterns. Grace and peace.